Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the final the final session of Qualifier Night. This is Season 15, sponsored by Next Level Racing, and we are here at Britain today, where we have the last 20 drivers here to prove a point and to decide on which tier they're going to be in. I am Jess, one of your commentators today, and joining me for the final session is Liam. Welcome, Liam.
Jess, how are you feeling tonight?
Well, to be honest, I'm feeling really good. It's been some great sessions tonight. We've seen someone almost going to the 126s, and it should be a good event. Now, Britain is pretty much a home event for pretty much most of these drivers, apart from some others. And it's one of those tracks where it is a one-stop strategy, but one-stop strategy won't matter today. All they got to do is set their time on the fastest compounded tyres, which is the softs, and any tyres which are on the mediums or the hards, it would not count. So, what could you expect from this session, Liam, due to these drivers that we have this evening?
I think I'm not sure, to be honest, but if I had to, I'd say we'll probably have a slow start with a couple of people coming out, just reaffiliating themselves with the track, trying to get used to the game again. Some of them might not have played it for a bit, and then over the session I'm pretty sure everyone will gradually build on their time until right at the end is when we'll see everybody at their absolute peak.
Yes, definitely, and something we should be looking forward to. We got quite a few new drivers here today, which I'm going to mention. We have got Sipai, who I think is here. Yep, he is. He's a Scotsman. He's in the Alfa Romeo. And we have got Wentink, who's new. And Crimson Mood session. He was in the 6:30 session. And we got Danny MG as well. Now, Danny MG, I know this guy. He is in AOR F1 as well, so I expect big things from him. And then we've got Carlsberry in here as well. So, any advice on these new drivers, Liam? Because you've been in one hub for God knows how long you can remember. And this is the first season you're not taking part. It must feel weird, doesn't it?
It's a bit weird, but then again, it's nice to have a break from the on-track action and sit and watch it all unfold from the commentary box. It just gives you a new perspective on things. But a bit of advice for the new guys here would be to just go out there and enjoy yourselves. No pressure at all. Just enjoy it.
Yeah, and it obviously the fastest lap time counts on the softs, and some of these guys are also hoping to get into the top tier. Don't forget, there's only three tiers this season. We have we'll have podium, precision, and pinnacle. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult for these drivers to try and get into the tiers they want to. And obviously, pretty much all these drivers have paid to be here. So the commitment is pretty much more there than it is previous seasons. So hopefully, we'll see much higher turnouts each week and much closer racing as a result.
Yep, definitely. Well, I think the introduction of the kind of paying to get in is definitely going to encourage. I can't quite figure out how to say it, but I think we'll have more consistent turnouts every week because of this, because people are committed to being here, and they've proved that by paying the entry fee.
Yes, exactly, and obviously I had to pay as well, and there was a few people that wanted to pay extra as well as race premium. I'll actually mention a few of these race premium drivers now. Rafa was meant to be racing tonight. He's not racing tonight. Gaza got disqualified from his session at 7:30, so he's allowed to race again in this session. Because it was early on that he got disqualified, so the admins have allowed him to take part in this again, so he's race premium. We've got White Fountain, the precision champion from last season. He's hoping to go into the top tier this season, which is not that bad. His practice times are looking pretty good. We got Lakitu, Shapalili. They were both in Prestige last season. Obviously had Sippy. We have Ollie, who is also Race Premium. And I think that's it. So only a few Race Premium drivers today. And they obviously give Q commitment to the league. They are committed to the league for like 2 seasons, because it's equivalent to 2 seasons of One Hub Racing, because most of these guys have signed up for Race Premium at the start of season 15, so should be very, very interesting. And out of all these drivers, Liam, which drivers have caught your eye so far?
Out of the drivers that are in this lobby tonight, I'm going to keep my eye out on White Fountain. After absolutely storming to the title last season, I'm interested to see how far he can push himself against some of the top drivers in One Hub.
Yeah, I think so. And we've joked a few times in the management chat saying, we should be in Pinnacle and stuff like that. But he's been looking pretty quick, so I'm very excited to see what he can do. And we've got the likes of RLRT Louis as well. He is the Prestige tier champion from last season. Obviously, that tier got cut short last season in Japan, but the victory still felt sweet. And Louis doesn't have Blizzard in season 15 as well, so he doesn't have him to fight with. Louis must be under huge pressure to perform tonight, because obviously it was in the top tier, and there's a pressure for him to possibly get the fastest time.
Yeah, I can see where you're coming from with that, but I think I don't think he'd be too bothered about not getting the fastest time. I think he just wants to get into the top tier of One Hub and then show what you can do during the season instead of on quali night.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm echoing a little bit, Liam. That's why I keep muting you a little bit. But we are about to get started. The final quali night session of the season, of the night even, so I get my words twisted tonight. But anyway, just a quick reminder, they've got 30 minutes to prove themselves, and only their soft tyre time does count. If they set their time on the mediums, it does not count. So expect people, Liam, to go on the mediums first to get their banker laps in.
Yeah, I'm definitely expecting to see a few medium runners right at the start of the session, and I think they'll save their softs for the later part of the session when the track is fully rubbered in.
Yeah, definitely. So, all the drivers are readying up. There's quite a few people that have gambled for the soft tyres already, and that is a bit of a gamble, isn't it? Liam, once I speak, can you mute your mic and then unmute when I don't speak, because then I won't hear the echo. Thanks. Anyway, 29 seconds to go. Well, 29 minutes left to go. And obviously we're keeping an eye on White Fountain, obviously Lakitu, Janul we've got there as well. Toxic Tomato, he's one of those drivers that I was speaking about in the quali night, in the talk show last season, where he was the one that did not perform as much. He was right at the bottom, but he's one of those guys who I think could still perform tonight and possibly get to the top tier. What does he need to do to prove himself that he's just not a bottom half driver?
For him to prove himself, I think the pressure's on a little bit for quali night, but obviously it's not too great. I think he's just going to try and keep a level head and just do the best he can. That's all he can do, really.
Yeah, well, I think so as well. So we'll watch out for him as he's on his outlap at the moment. And I'm just going to tell you a few other drivers we have got tonight. We've got, that I haven't mentioned, we've got TB, who was in Precision last season. Midnight, he was in Prestige. Skivan was in Pinnacle. Janor was in Pinnacle. Leroy was in Pinnacle. Hamilton was in Precision. Lion has returned to the league, I think, or he's new, I don't know. And Danestar was in Pinnacle last season, and Gaza was in Podium. So those are the drivers that we currently have. So everyone is just getting a little bit filled. It is getting quite busy at the moment, actually. And don't forget, we've also got to mention our sponsors, Next Level Racing. And if any of these guys win a title for the Drivers' Championship, they get a rig courtesy of Next Level Racing. And that's another incentive for them to do well. It's kind of like a reinvestment that if you pay your entry fee, you get more out of it, and it is great stuff just to see that. And I'm currently watching Gather right now on the hard. I just hope he doesn't get the wrong way again. He's quite lucky to get a second chance, to be honest, but it's only fair, to be honest, Liam. If you get disqualified, I'm guessing he's going to have a bit of a wake-up call to try and get a lap in, because otherwise he's going to end up in the bottom, and he really wants to try and get to position this season.
Yeah, I have a lot of faith in Gaza for this season. I'm positive that he can do it, to be fair to him. He's a great guy to be around. He's been at One Hub for absolutely ages. He's one of the original drivers from when I started racing with One Hub. He's been here for that long. And over the years, he's slowly built up his pace, and I think this could be the season that he finally breaks into that higher tier, as Toxic Tomato's just gone for a spin. But nothing too major.
Where is he on track? He is... Oh, no, yeah, it was through Beckett's and Chapel. When I was looking at corners to watch out for, Maggots and Beckett's, definitely. It definitely catches you out. It almost caught me out when I was doing my quali night earlier on in a half-6 session. And that's because you're going so fast on the S section. If you just go full throttle and just miss the turning just a little bit, or turn in too early or late, then that's it. You're going to end up spinning. So we did see quite a few drivers in both sessions earlier on actually do that. So, that's the thing to watch out for. Wellington, we got to keep an eye on as well. There's just a lot of corners that people might lose a bit of time in, really. But again, we'll just have to wait and see about that, and just see what happens. And fastest corners, I've got to say, is Cops as well, and Stowe is where we'll probably see, if it was a real race, we'll see a lot of overtaking, but obviously it is quali night, so it's kind of like a test section for these drivers. The fastest lap time, the only one those that are counting at the moment, is Janul with a 1:27.9. Now, that is a good banker lap so far. Even though we got 24 minutes to go, he's setting a good benchmark right now. And the low 1:26s was what we saw in the second session earlier on tonight. Would anyone actually beat the session time from 7:30, do you think, Liam?
I definitely think we will see someone at some point get into the 25s, and if I had to pick one person to do it, it would be Louis. I just think Louis just got that little bit, that bit more pace than everyone else, and he proved it last season. He's just got that little bit more pace compared to everyone else, and that's why he won the championship.
I'm quite surprised that Louis was the person who didn't go out on top in quali night last season. And just an interesting fact, I did put it out on the One Hub Racing Twitter earlier on today, and if you're not following One Hub Racing on Twitter, make sure you check it out. But out of all the quali nights that we had, season 12, 13 and 14, every single one, the fastest driver was a German. So if you're not German, guys, and if you're still racing in quali night, come on, guys, you got to show the Germans what you made. Well, that sounded wrong. That sounded Ray wrong, but there we go. But yeah, that's amazing, because obviously Ray was fastest last season with a 1:26.8. I'm almost certain we're going to reach faster than that tonight, because we had so many patches. And we've got someone else for a spin. Who is that? I didn't see who went for a spin at the moment. But yeah, Hamilton's just gone 7th place at the moment with a 1:28. We'll probably go on a hot lap with someone once they go on the soft tyres, I think. There's no point going on the mediums. Don't forget, if you're on the mediums or on the hards, they don't count. And you did quali night last season, didn't you, Liam? What was the hardest experience for you when you were taking part in your quali nights?
The hardest part of quali night for me was trying to get was definitely trying to push the car to get that one final lap in, but also trying to be wary of the track limits as well. That caught me. It was my final flying lap last season for my quality night lap. I was trying to push it as hard as I could, and then I just overextended it slightly, which cost me like 5/10 on my lap. So track limits can all be a factor in quality night.
Yeah, I almost invalidated my lap in practice when I was doing practice today, and somehow I think I got one warning in practice, so it is unforgiving. There's some tracks on the F1 calendar where all the Renaults are kind of like racing, but luckily in practice they are ghosted, so that's all right with me. But yeah. Sometimes the game is a bit harsh with track limits, but that is racing for you. And even though Russia is probably the harshest on this game, so yeah. And there's some corners you can get away with track extending a little bit, as we've seen in the last session, where we saw people gain a little bit of time there, but you can do that. It's absolutely fine. Whereas there's some, if you do go a little bit wide, then you're not going to gain so much time at all, so it doesn't matter at this moment in time. So we're starting to see the times are pretty close already. I mean, it's starting to get closer and closer by the minute. But if I was the likes of Louis, if I was the likes of Midnight, I wouldn't go full throttle right now, because you're going to help the others. The others might see, right, what have I got to do to beat their times? You're going to be like the Mercedes in testing. You've got to do some sandbagging first, haven't you?
Yeah, definitely. You want these guys. Well, you got to give the other guys a chance to build their confidence instead of going out and just, down in people's cases, just annihilating the laps. You got to give everybody a chance, and right at the end, that is when you show just how good you are. No matter how quick you are at the start or in the middle of the session, all that matters is how quick you are at the end of the session.
Yeah, and that's where most people go faster, and that's where the track starts to evolve as well. And what I've learned from quality night earlier on today is that there's no point going and saying your fastest lap towards the middle of quality night. Your fastest lap ideally should be at the end of the session. Try and get your final lap as you cross the line, and you'll probably have the best time to go for possibly the top time right now. We're getting quicker session after session, which is great to see. And whilst there's not much going on at the moment, so obviously everyone is on the mediums, let's talk a little bit about Midnight, actually, because Midnight, he was in Pinnacle a few seasons ago. He was in Prestige last season. He did very well in Prestige last season. He was definitely a dark horse, and I mean, I think he could be the one that could challenge Louis for the championship together, and maybe they could be teammates, because obviously you got to think about teammate negotiations from the start of next week, where they could apply for team contracts. But what would you advise people if you're thinking of teams and teammates? Would you rather think of it now, or would you wait until someone else has chosen a team, do you think?
For teammates, the way I always thought about it is I kind of go off quality night, but I also kind of go just like who I get on with the best and that, just like within like the charts and all that. And there's certain people that you kind of get on with better, and you kind of want, so you kind of lean towards that, but you also want to think about someone who's able to push you as much as who's very similar on pace and is able to push you to your absolute limit to perform and bring home as much points as possible for the team.
Yep, and it's like real life F1. They have contracts to meet, and there's certain criteria as well. And we'll go through more about it in the two announcements next week, just to give you more of an idea. But if there's drivers that are new to the league, they're probably most likely, if they want to apply for a contract, they're more than likely going to get a bottom team than a middle team. If they want to get a middle team or a top team, they might want to wait until like someone they know has applied, and if they got good stats, that'll be hugely valuable, because that will help them a little bit. But yeah, we'll watch as the pre-season event unfold, because this is very, very exciting. We get to see all these drivers compete for the first time, and for some of these guys, because obviously there was a few guys that returned after a break, and it must be hard returning after a few seasons break. Maybe some people just weren't liking the game and stuff, and do you think it's hard to come back after that?
From personal experience, I've done it before. I've gone on breaks because I haven't really enjoyed racing as much, and that's kind of what's happened this season. I just wasn't enjoying driving on the game, and I was just having a bit of a bad season, and I just felt sometimes like a break can be good for you, and it can help you just take a step back for a bit, can help you just push on in the future, because you don't push yourself too hard, over having to force yourself to keep going for over and over and over. It's nice to have a break now and then, which definitely helps, but also it can't, if you take too long of a break, and you kind of can lose. People definitely do lose pace the longer that after they leave the game for a while. So yeah, fair enough, have a little bit break, but don't leave it too long, or your pace might suffer a bit.
Finally, we're starting to see lap times on the soft compounded tyres. That those laps will count, as Janul has gone fastest with a 1:27.628. Not the fastest lap time we've seen so far tonight, but again, he won't show his true pace until the end of the session, so that lap time will count as well. Shapalili, Midnight, Lion, Hamilton, Ollie, Skype and Leroy, and also Gaza as well. They're going on the softs as well, so we're going to start to see less people on the mediums, more people on the softs, and if a few people aren't confident, they might stay up on the mediums for a few more laps and then get some soft runs in. And looking at how close this session is, the top 11 separated by a second at the moment. Obviously the top 10 separated by 9/10 of a second, and they're just really getting into the flow of it. A few more people are actually starting to get used to the track after a few more laps. We've seen in I remember in the 7:30 session I was watching, there was someone that went on for 14 laps, but it's 100% race distance tyre wear. You can go on for how long you want on those soft tyres.
Yeah, obviously having the tyre wear settings to 100% race distance wear is obviously going to allow these people on the medium tyres to just go, to keep circulating the track, building their confidence after each lap, and also just helping rubber in the track that bit more, just to get that little bit extra grip that they could need later in the session.
I think we lost a bit of Liam there. Oh, you're back. Okay, that's good, because you were lagging a little bit.
Yeah, my mic cut out a bit there, sorry about that.
As you were saying.
Yeah, they just want to keep going round and round on the mediums, which can help build their confidence and also rubber in the track, which helps later in the session, of course.
The Appers, we just seen Ollie go fastest and then Hamilton go fastest. Times are getting quicker and quicker by the second as the track is evolving as well. Now, Ollie is another person I would like to talk about, as he just cuts the corner through, but I guess he wants to go into the pits very quickly. But Ollie, he was the one who said last season, oh, I should be in Prestige, blah, 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 but he had a point to prove in Pinnacle last season, and to be fair, in Pinnacle, he did really, really well. He won a few races, he got quite a few podiums, and he was this close on getting the championship. He lost out in USA due to him retiring. He got 3rd place in the end. I mean, he's looking to be a strong favourite to possibly move up a tier. There's quite a few people that are looking like to be strong favourite. We've seen in the past, few people have moved up 2 tiers. I mean, I think Ollie could do it, but you know, he's just got to get his head up, and he did realise in the last season that he did bottle it in his final run, which cost him a Prestige tier seat. But he will probably know what to do now. He raced in quali night here before, and I think this will help him a bit more find out what time he will need to set in order to possibly qualify for the pinnacles here.
Yeah, definitely. Having a strong finish to last season and just a strong overall campaign is definitely going to give him a solid platform to build off of. I think he might be able to jump that tier to the top. Another driver I think could possibly do it is Dainstar. I think he has got the pace to do it. It's just the question is whether he can get that quick lap in or not. But I think he could be a dark horse possibly.
Yeah, Dainstar, I remember in Brazil, it was. He produced a great battle, and he was known as VRT Valentino, but he has gone back into the name of Dainstar, which honestly, I'm so happy that he has, because that is what we, most One Hub Racing fans know him, and he got his first win back in Brazil, and to be honest, we were all in the chat going yippity doo-dah that he has won, and again, that would help him for this season as well. And imagine if he rejoined a little bit earlier into the season, how much faster he could have been, and possibly him challenging for the title as well. So yeah, I agree, another driver to watch out for definitely for this season, as Dainstar is in 13th at the moment, but I'm sure he can go quicker. And Danny MG won at 28.888. I mean, I'm sorry, I can't believe I missed that because I was talking absolutely bonkers. But I think, let me have a look. I need to have a look at the time from last season. I did write it down. Yes, we have, Liam. We have beaten last season's quali night time. So Danny MG has hit the ground running. Well, to be honest, I'm not that surprised that Danny MG is at the top right from the get-go. But yeah, Danny MG, fair play to him. And, you know, he's beaten Wayne's time around this very circuit. So good on him.
We could possibly have the first non-German to set the fastest time in quali night this season. So keep an eye out on Danny MG.
I want to follow a lap
he's
on
currently,
him.
Well,
when he goes on that.
Well, he's just smoked the record, and he could be the first non-German to do it, to get the fastest quali night time as well.
What nationality is he from?
I believe he's Spanish.
Oh yeah, he's Spanish, isn't he? Yeah, okay. Okay.
I'll double check for you. Yeah, he is Spanish.
Nice. I'm just trying to find someone I can go on the lap in because we haven't gone on our quali night lap. I'm just trying to find someone.
Toxic tomatoes. Wait, sorry, it's lap.
I will let you take that lap, Liam.
Alrighty then, as he's going through turn 1, keeping it nice and flat. He's going to look for the start of the curve to brake, so he's kept it nice and tidy so far for the first couple of corners.
I think you might cut again, Liam.
Yeah, I'm at the point of giving up with the mic at the moment. Yeah, but he's had a very tidy lap so far. I didn't quite catch his first sector split, but I will keep an eye out as he's going nice and wide, trying to get the best run out of that corner there. Keeping it nice and tight. Coming towards Old Turn 1 here at Silverstone. Almost flat through there as he comes towards Maggots and Beckett's now. And the car in front goes across the grass to get out of the way. Very kind of him. Great run through Maggots and Beckett's, now back to down the hanger straight, flat out, DRS open, overtake ERS. He's going to have to be nice and late to get the best possible run through this right-hander as he doesn't quite catch the curb, but he's going to go nice and wide on the exit to pick up the car as much speed as possible. Now through the final chicane and round through the final 2 corners to set a 1:27.2. P4 he goes.
That is more like it from Toxic Tomato. I mean,
Louis is also on a lap.
I'll keep an eye on Louis whilst you mute your mic. So Louis, I expect to beat Danny's time for sure, almost certainly. We can't do anything much about the echo, sadly, guys. Liam has to mute his mic every time I speak, so I think that's the only way we're going to get around it tonight, I'm afraid. Anyway, Louis is going to cross the line now. Is he going to beat Danny MG's time? Yes, he does! 126.798, 90 thousandths quicker than Danny MG. I mean, we're going to get faster and faster in the session goes on. I mean, almost certainly, I think we've got our first two drivers in the pinnacle for sure. Louis and Danny. I mean, I think Danny, because I've seen Danny challenge Louis in many leagues before, including AOR as well. They do race in AOR together, and Danny does get a few wins from that, but that's amazing. Shapalili's done well as well. P3 at the moment in quali night, only 2 tenths slower than Louis. Midnight 2 tenths slower than him as well. Lion as well. I'm impressed with how Lion's doing at the moment. Another dark horse already. I can't remember if he's returning or new. I'm not sure, but he hasn't got many stats to his name at the moment. But it is nice to see him up there, and he could possibly be another one to watch in whichever tier he goes in this season.
Yeah, Louis with an absolutely amazing lap to scrape just under a tenth quicker than Danny MG. And if this carries on into the rest of the season, I wouldn't be surprised if we have a two-way battle for the title between these two. And I think Midnight could also get involved in this title fight as well. I think he's also got the pace to challenge these two.
Yes, whoever's going to be commentating for the top tier next season, well, we're not going to reveal the commentary lineups yet, but whoever's going to commentate for that, they're going to be very, very excited. So I can tell that the top tier already is going to be super, super close. One thing I know that's for certain, I'm not going to be in the top tier because my time was absolutely rubbish. Wow, Danny MG is we thought he wasn't going to get faster. He's gone fastest again, 126.5. We thought that we were going to break the record from Danny's first lap, but he's just gone and smashed it once again. I mean, there's just no stopping him from Danny MG. I mean, there's 5 minutes to go, and if I was him, I would just quit the session now, but he knows that Louis is going to probably set a faster lap, so I'm guessing he just wants brownie points, to be fair, because don't forget, it's not just getting into the right tier. Some of these guys, they want to be the top of the timing sheets to prove to them that they're a force to be reckoned with in one hub, so that's great to see. We got Lakita up there in P5 as well. He's been looking quite good. He was in Prestige last season. I think another person who I would be expecting to go into the top tier this season. If he is not, then I'm going to be quite shocked that he's not. But it is looking like he's going to be the favourite, you know, to beat that as well. So pretty good from Lakitu. And White Fountain, not up there at the moment. He's at, let me just check what lap he's set. 127.7. I can't remember what lap time he set last quali night, but that put him in, I don't know, I'm not looking at the lap times set already, but it is tough to tell whether he's going to be, he might still be top, if he's precision again, and oh my god, that's going to be like a fluke or something like that. Hopefully White Fountain does not sandbag or anything like that, but yeah, if Liam, do you think White Fountain is just saving his true pace? I mean, he's got to go faster for sure.
Yeah, I definitely think he can go a lot faster than he is now. Maybe the conspiracy that he wants to stay in Precision forever, that could be a one-hub conspiracy that White Fountain wants to stay in Precision tier forever so he can continue winning, but I think he's definitely good enough for the top tier. He's incredibly fast. He just deserve to be in the top tier, not just sandbagging his way into Precision.
Yeah, but, I think
going
so.
Going back to earlier with Danny setting the fastest lap, I think we're on for a battle to see who can set the record time here between Danny and Louis. I think we're on a battle for the record time here. and I'm hoping this goes on for the rest of the season.
We haven't got long, Liam, until the end of the session. I can't believe this. The end half of the session has gone so quickly. 2 more minutes, and that'll be the end of qualifier night, and that will mean the admins, well, be Nick and Jamie will have a really tough choice on deciding who's going to be in what tier. Now, if you're wondering how the tiers are being decided, well, basically, quali night's going to be the main factor of how they decide which tier they're going to get into. But if people are on similar pace, like similar times or something like that, then they might go to time trial. But quali night is what they're going to take into consideration more, I think, as well. So, but there might be a situation where you had a really bad quali night, but your time trial was absolutely amazing. So they might put you... We've seen a few cases, especially last season, where that someone had a really bad quali night, but they were still showing some good pace in other leagues and in time trial, and they were put into the top tier. So anything can happen here, really. But if you want to secure yourself a place in a good tier and a good car, then really find yourself on quali night. But I'm going to throw you on the spotlight a minute, Liam. Out of these guys, who do you think is going to set the record for the fastest quali night time around Britain for these last 2 seasons?
I know a lot of people would say Louis, but I'm going to have faith in the new guy, and I'm going to say Danny MG is going to set the record for the fastest quali lap time at One Hub.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I can't call it. I think well, personally, I think it's going to be Danny. I mean, Danny, I know, runs no assist, whereas Louis obviously runs no assist in AOR, but I'm not sure what he runs in one hub racing. But Danny, I know, is committed to running no assist altogether, and if he keeps running this, I think he'll do that. So I think he's going to set this, and he's going. Danny's going to try and get to the line quick enough. So final 20 seconds. Then everyone, you could just see a queue of cars, literally trying to get. Look at this map. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars. Going through the final corner. This is like Monza 2019 all over again. But yeah, Ollie could not improve. He's in 8th, but I'm sure that's a very good time anyway. So I'm sure he will be a bit disappointed, but I'm sure he'll be fine about that. The checker flag has fallen, and we're starting to see people set the time that is probably going to count on deciding which tier they're going to be in for One Hub Racing Season 15. And you're muted, Liam.
Yep, sorry about that. Yep, Danny just got across the line in time. 10 hundredths down on his first sector. Louis improved ever so slightly.
Louis invalidated. Louis invalidated.
No way.
Yeah, he has. I can tell. I think I'm not sure. Or it might have glitched or something. I don't know.
No, I don't think he has. He's still going. I think.
Okay.
So
well,
he's coming through the final sector. So
Midnight's come across the line. Let's see what Midnight could do. 4th place at the moment, 127.0. The key 2, he's improved as well. Let's watch Louis. Can he beat Danny's time? 127.4. No, he can't. Danny retires. Toxic Tomato, 126.9. I'm just trying to see if anyone else is improving. No. So, your fastest quali night time of the whole 3 sessions is our newest driver to One Hub Racing, Danny MG. I mean, what a debut, Liam. What a debut.
Absolutely brilliant debut from Danny here. Came in against the defending champ Louis, who many consider to be one of the fastest people on the game, and beat him on his home turf here at Silverstone, going almost 2.5 times quicker. I think Danny could be certainly the favourite for the prestige title this season. Louis might have finally found someone who's faster than him, so we'll keep an eye on that.
We've seen Louis, the dominant force that he is, really dominate the Prestige tier last season. And, yeah, I think Danny MG can challenge him. Well, we know pretty much, certainly the top 4, pretty much the top 5 of this session, I think will probably be in the top. Almost certainly, I think. There's no way they're going to end up in middle. So, these top, well, particularly the top 5 in this session, I think I'm going to go give some great battles to watch. And there we go, results. White Fountain down in 13th place. He could not improve either. So, I was hoping he would get top, but I don't know. I really don't know. Oh, Mr. Sam. I wonder if he was sandbagging or was actually his true pace. I think that might have been his true pace. I don't know. But I'm going to leave the session because obviously we're not doing qualifying so far. But apart from Louis and Danny MG, because we know that those drivers have stood out quite a lot tonight, Liam. Who else did you think stood out in this session?
I think Midnight stood out because I don't think he showed his true pace tonight. I think he was just aiming to set a lap that was good enough to get him into the top tier, and that was it. I don't think he was really interested in going for the fastest time here tonight. I think he's just focusing on getting into the top tier.
Yeah, almost definitely. So, yeah, that's it. That's quali night over for all 3 sessions. So, well done to all drivers who have taken part in the whole across the whole of season 15. We've seen a lot of new drivers. A lot of people were race premium. I'll just do a quick reminder of the race premium drivers we have in this lobby. So we have Danestar, we have got Gaza, Hamilton, White Fountain, Lakitu, Shapalili, Sippy, I can't even pronounce his name, Ollie, and that's it. And let me just go through the other podium tier drivers that have raced here tonight. We've got Aaron JS 1992, Ivan, Dexter, Chris, Alex, Lilia, myself, TC, Lahofna, Kingung, Lukey, Scorpion, King J, Indecisive Matt, EVR Sam T, Paris, Chris, Bretster, Mr. Stim, and Crimson. So yeah, those were the race premium drivers. Thank you very much for donating, obviously. And well, if you're a lot of you guys were asking when the tier announcements are gonna be. Well, tier announcements are gonna be at 7:30 on the One Hut Racing channel. So if you want to find out what tier you got into, watch out. Then myself and Samster will be in the commentary box then, and we'll be going through who has made it to the top, who may be other ones to watch for each tier as well, and also talk about the team contracts as well towards the end as well. So make sure you watch out for that. And thank you, Liam, for joining me at such short notice, joining me into the commentary box. You've been fab tonight.
Thanks, Jess. I always enjoy commentating with you, especially when it's last minute, because that's when I always seems to be. I always seem to be the guy everyone's able to call in at the last minute to be to help out. And it's great fun, because it never fails to put on a show.
It always puts on a show here at One Hut Racing. So thank you for joining me, Liam, and hopefully we'll see you in season 15. And we will. I'll go through the calendar for season 15 to let you through the tracks. I know all the commentators have gone through it already, but I'll go through it anyway right now. So we've got Bahrain, France, China, Austria, Singapore, and then we've got the charity event on May the 15th. Then we've got Canada, Germany, Belgium, Britain, and the final round is going to be in Brazil. So just very looking forward to that. So I've been Jess Games 95, Liam's been Liam, and we will see you next week, next Friday on March the 27th for the tier announcements to find out everyone's tiers for season 15. Have a good evening, everybody. Hope your qualifying night went well if you were racing in it. And we will see you soon. Good night.